What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Team 69 Crew channel. Now today's video we're talking about why I think Battlefield 1 could potentially be one of the first very amazing first person shooters coming to the next gen genre. So starting with a single player story campaign, unlike pretty much all first person shooters that are currently released and are all set in the future made up wars, with their futuristic weaponry and the extremely overused, dull and very boring jumpsuits, making it feel like you're playing all different kinds of Halo games, no hate intended, Battlefield 1 is finally going back into the kind of first-person shooter genre that all gaming fans really seem to enjoy. They're going back to the period of the First World War. This is the first time a game developer has done this, and it could well be one of the best moves a developer of a first-person shooter could have ever done. There are reasons why titles such as Call of Duty and Medal of Honor were so popular, and it's not because of the fanboys or their fantastic multiplayer modes, no, it's because of the storylines. Even more so to the fact that the events are things that actually happened, giving us all the feeling that not only is it more immersive, but it's all things that we can relate to from learning either about it at school during the history lessons or just growing up and hearing stories about certain events, so that when you decide to sit down and play each story mission in Battlefield 1, you feel like you're going back in time and sort of reliving and recreating the events that are actually happening. Which, and let's face it, isn't something that's been widely available to us in recent games to date. I'm not going to sit here and start ranting on about the latest Call of Duty title, not that I'd need to, or rant on about the speculation of the new Titanfall 2 title, which looks pretty much identical to not only the Infinite Warfare gameplay, and pretty much every single Call of Duty title from the past 3 years, minus the massive robots, but EA's decision to take the Battlefield title away from modern or futuristic warfare style, and taking it back to an earlier World War era, to me is one of the best things they could have done. No more suits that make you jump inhumanely high or walk across walls and turn yourself invisible, but back to basics with a good old bolt action rifle, a pistol, and nothing more than wearing a trench coat and a helmet. Obviously, if you like all the wall running and moon jumping, then feel free to be one of the 10 people who will be queuing up at Call of Duty's worst midnight launch in history. The factual based story and the insanely big, much better multiplayer of Battlefield 1 is going to be a complete game changer and will raise the bar for every shooter game title that will be released in future. If it turns out in 2017 that Call of Duty is going back to World War II, you'll all know where they got their inspiration from. So hopefully, guys, you sort of agree with me on sort of the titles for this in the topic I've been talking about. I do generally think Battlefield 1 is going to be amazing. I was a fan of Battlefield all the way through from when they started, so Battlefield 1, Battlefield 2, obviously 3 and 4. 3 and 4 were good, but they didn't really have sort of like an immersive story, unlike Battlefield Bad Company 1 and 2, where you had like a squad and you sort of just did the story all together, and you had like funny storylines that made you feel immersed and you had like a connection to the characters. There was none of that in Battlefield 3 or 4, but it looks like in the trailer that Battlefield 1 are going to be going back to having a group squadron where they like sort of pull at your heartstrings a little bit, where they get you into a squad and you sort of get to know the characters and the sacrifices in the game. It's going to be quite interesting to see how it plays out. The only thing that could really let it down is the fact it's made by EA. Sometimes we all know what EA's reputation is like, so hopefully they won't really mess this game up, because it looks so good and it would be just a shame if EA let it down. But so yeah, hopefully you guys, like I say, agree with me on some of the prospects in this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.